What's up YouTube, Mike here with PeoplesChoiceGaming, and today we're going to check out our first public dungeon. So when you guys reach level about 30 in Elder Scrolls Online, maybe 28 or so, and you're going to pick up a quest that's going to take you up to, I think East March it's called, and you'll be up in the old Skyrim, Winterfell? Windhelm. Why did I say Winterfell? Oh, Game of Thrones was on last week, that's right. I got that on the brain. God, I love that show. So glad the new season's out. But anyways, at level 30, you're running your first public dungeon. They're not too tough. As a tank at level 30, I was able to solo through fairly well. With some of the big groups of ads, it will be a little bit tough for you if you don't have a really strong build, or maybe you're a few levels ahead. Then you might need about one other person with you, but tops, you and one other person should do fine. You shouldn't need any more than one other person. And unlike the regular dungeons, there's not quite as many veterans or multiple bosses to get loot, but you know, you can find a good bit of potions and sometimes decent loot off the white mobs. But there are a few veterans, and then there is Lodar, the main boss, at the end, and you will be able to get decent loot off him and the veteran bosses. Since you don't have to look for other players, it's a public dungeon and people will just be running in and out pretty constantly. And also, once you've done it a few times and you start leveling up, you can just run through solo and won't even need to, you know, hope that there's somebody else there. It works out pretty well. The whole idea of the public dungeons is, you know, a really good idea. You know, when it comes to farming and whatnot, you can definitely get some good levels here. So, I just wanted to show you the beginning here. This is basically what all the white mobs look like. They're mostly skeletons, skeleton archers, skeleton mages, whatnot. And then there's basically just two paths you can take to the end main boss. I've already ran through this once when I was trying to solo it at like level 28, which almost worked. Couldn't quite beat the boss though. But I did do one of the quests that's in here, and it's on the other trail. And basically, see, there's two trails that go around. Basically, you just have to talk to this woman, and it finishes the quest. So that's all that is. And then you need to kill Lodar. That's the main quest. But just to let you know, he's not really the bad guy as you would think he is. After you kill him, the chick that talks to you is going to turn on you basically, and she kind of makes you think that the skeleton boss that comes out of the crypt is bad and everything, when he's actually not. So you're gonna end up having to fight her after you fight him. So you will have a couple more fights, I think, at least, after you fight him. So let's go ahead and skip directly to that boss so we can check him out. I showed you enough trash here, and this is pretty much how it goes on. And then when you get a little further in, there's a couple veteran packs, but they're just your typical, you know, trash packs with a veteran in them. Like, you've seen that before, especially, you know, if you're level 30 and whatnot. So let's go ahead and jump to the boss and check him out. Alright, so this is the Lodar, I think it's L-O-D-R, yeah, Lodar boss. The first time you get here, he will talk to you a little bit, and then he'll come out of the crypt. And basically all his attacks, he's pretty much just going to stand there and try to freeze you in place with the ranged spell attacks. So if you seem to have trouble with them, just try to keep your distance and you should be fine. But as you can see here with two people, it's really not that bad at all. I'm able to focus a little more on damage too, and not have to worry about defense and armor, like all that stuff too much, having another person. So a lot of you, you know, if your build is strong enough, you will be able to solo him. It's more or less the big trash mobs with veterans in them that's gonna be a little bit harder for you to solo, unless you got some really, really good AoE. So basically, I think she's looking for the crown. Now you're going to have to walk out to the other side. Make sure you do this because out on the other side there is a sky shard that you're going to be able to pick up. And when you first come through, you're going to see it up above. Don't try to jump up on the rocks or anything. Pretty positive you're not going to be able to get it. It's a huge cliff in front of you. You cannot get up it. So there's nothing to really step onto or anything. But after you get done with this boss, you go right out the door. And that's where your sky shard's going to be. Right in the middle. I think there's actually one more little boss out here. Yeah, he's pretty easy if I remember. And after this, you're going to have to go back in and fight her because she actually kind of betrayed you. So this boss is pretty simple. Slow attacks. Super easy to walk behind and not get hit by the attacks. And when a power attack's coming up, you know, very easy just to block it. Remember, even if you're not running one-handed shield too, block mitigation counts for a lot. So you can just block, you know, with any weapon, and you're still going to block a good bit of damage. So, yep, and that's it. So there you get the crown, and then you got to return back and talk to her. It's kind of funny. It looks like you have to go down there. Make sure you don't jump down there. You just have to go back in the room. There's the sky shard that I've already gotten. Plus, if you do jump down there, you're going to have to go all the way back around. So definitely make sure you don't jump off there. Because it's actually just straight back is where you got to be.
How are you resisting me? Can't seem to grasp your soul.
Now you get to talk to Milena.
Is it done? Do you have it?
I try to be nice to her and give it to her. And she still goes and screws me over. If you got a couple people, you shouldn't even have to worry about the Bone Atronach or whatever you want to call him. She's got pretty low defenses, so you should be able to just DPS her down. I'm not really losing any armor either, so you'd be fine by yourself with this boss as well too. She's pretty easy. Now after you kill her, you finally get the crown. It's going to be a nice trophy for you. He tells you what's really up. You get some good gear, and that is the end. You'll get the achievement for your first public dungeon. And that's it, guys. If you guys haven't seen as well, as of yesterday, they have released the news for the new content coming out already. So really happy that they're coming out with this so soon. We are getting raiding content right away for all you people that are already level 50 and veterans or close to level 50. You're gonna have to be level 50 and veteran 10, I think. I'd hope it's just when you turn veteran, but something tells me I've seen them say veteran 10 in a video, which that kind of sucks. But regardless, it's gonna be, yeah, see right there, notice how quickly I got messed up after she died. But anyways, it's gonna be level or 12-man veteran 10 rank raids. It's gonna be called Craglorn, I think it is. It's a new adventuring zone with special types of basically group quest when you go through, and also tough bosses, and then really tough bosses that are like 12 men oriented, that are supposed to be very tough, and they're timed, and you have a limited amount of soul gems and resurrects you can do. and it just looks great. Really good gear. You guys definitely need to YouTube the new Craig Lauren and check out the new rating we're gonna have. So please comment, like, subscribe, and I'm out of here. Catch you guys later. Peace.